If that's coffee, I hope it's decaf because I have got such a buzz going. Who knew tile could be so exciting? Not just tile. I'm talking about grout. Did you know grout? Look at all the colors it comes in. Antique, white, Navajo tan.
All right, Rose, if we can not talk about grout for a second, please.
I thought we were here to celebrate my renovations.
We were, but something came up. Turns out the letter my mother wrote to Rosanna from Milan, turns out it was a fake.
No kidding. How do you know that?
I'll check with the State Department, and she hasn't used her passport. Thinking about calling the FBI, get them involved.
You don't even know that your ma is missing 100%. Getting the feds involved, I mean, that's extreme.
Yes, and Rose, I cannot tell you enough how excited my mother was about those designs she had for Rosanna. There is no way she would have missed that meeting.
Maybe those designs were so good, she went right to New York, to the big boys on 7th Avenue.
No, Hal and I thought about that, and I called every contact I know in New York, all of BRO's old contacts, and nothing. No one has heard from her.
I'm telling you, your ma is at some 4-star hotel getting a massage right now. She gets everybody in an uproar, comes back and soaks up all the attention. Don't let it fool you, right?
If you're out there, you better start running, because when I get out of here, I'm coming after you! And I've got a weapon. Trevor's going up in there. Did you hear this? She's been doing this all morning long. She's gonna bust out.
Get out your camera. I think you've got the next cover story for Barbara Ryan busting out of a doggy door. Okay, all right. I think I left my oven on.
Here, you sit up. You run away. I swear to God, I'll have a hologram for everything from spitting in the street to murder. Now listen up. Stop being such a chicken. You reinforce that door, you double-check the windows, and you bring that woman her dinner. I am out of here.
What?
Good luck. Okay.
Only I listened to my mother. I could be behind a big desk, selling life insurance in Peoria right now.
Carly! Let me in or I'll huff and puff and blow your house down.
Well, not my fashion house. That is going to be rock solid. No, I hate you for shrinking my deadline down to nothing, but I do think that this is some of my best work ever, I think. So has Barbara made an appearance?
No, but she sent a letter to Rosanna from Milan.
Milan? Barbara is peddling her stuff in Milan? Rosanna must be furious. Well, you didn't gloat, I hope, or say I told you so.
Of course not.
Well, good, and the pleasure's all mine.
These are...
What? Just say it.
incredible.
Really? Really? You think so?
Yeah, really. You did. Carly, you saved the company.
Oh, well, Craig, nothing any ordinary genius couldn't do.
Ben, what are you doing here? I didn't expect you to come to work today.
Where else would I be?
Ben, Jessica's in court today. We just assumed you'd be with her.
I already called Ramirez to cover for you.
Well, I guess I'll just have to tell him it won't be necessary.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, please, she really needs to have you there.
I can't watch what's going to happen to her.
Well, if it's that bad for you, think what it must be like for her.
Kim, this is Ben's decision. We are going to the trial. You have any message for Jessica?
Just tell her, never mind, no message, no message.
Got a head injury here?
All right, I got it. Hey there, Dr. Harris, can you tell me your name?
Bradley Owens.
All right, Brad. Did you lose consciousness at any point?
No, I got a wicked headache.
Any dizziness?
John, listen, I need someplace private where she... It's okay, Ann, it's all right, I'm right here, it's okay. John, I need a rape kit.
Oh, Jessica, I'm glad you're here. We should be starting soon, and you already know what to expect, so I'll just see you inside. Are you all right?
Yeah, I was just looking for somebody.
Ben?
Is it that obvious?
Jessica, darling, we are here. We're here for you, and we're going to be right here until Travers is sentenced.
Great. Thank you. So, why don't we get this over with?
Okay, let's go.
Miss Travers, are you ready for today? I'm the victim of vicious and unfounded slander. I didn't rape Jessica Griffin, and yes, I'm looking forward to proving it.
Hey.
Oh, hey, how'd it go?
Well, the good guys won. We busted up that truck hijacking ring, and the feds took over.
Everything okay?
Message from Emma about Carly. Anything else?
Actually, yes. I need you on another case.
Hell, I just got off a straight out.
I'm sorry. This came in Rosanna Cabot's mail this morning. Supposedly, it's from Barbara.
Barbara's in Milan?
Not unless she hopped a freighter and stowed away because her passport hasn't been stamped.
So she's officially missing?
I don't like it, Jack. I need you on this case.
Check on Stenbeck?
I talked to the warden. He's on video surveillance 24/7.
Okay, then it has to be Craig.
Airtight alibi.
Those are the kind that make me suspicious.
Me too. A lot of people don't like Barbara, but Craig's the only one who stands to gain by her absence.
Wanna know about this?
The kid just got out of the hospital with everything he's been through. How am I supposed to tell him his mother has disappeared?
Maybe you won't have to. I'm gonna get right on this, okay?
You got any ideas?
Call it a hunch.
You sure we have time for this? I don't want to be late for the trial.
Well, the courthouse is just across the street. We'll be fine.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did try to call Jess before I met you. She didn't answer her phone, although I suppose she's probably trying to avoid all those reporters who tracked down her cell phone number.
She's one of the strongest people we know. She'll come out of this fine.
Maybe. I sure think Ben's making a terrible mistake.
Well, you made that very clear to him. The hospital before.
Well, but I mean, if I had to go through what Jess is going to go through today, and you decided to let me go it alone,
I would be murdered at the hands of my lovely wife.
Well, all right, don't you forget that. I was surprised to see you drink so much coffee today. And didn't you get your caffeine fix this morning?
I guess I did. Why?
I don't know, I'm just surprised. You always say more than 2 cups makes you jumpy.
I guess I needed another shot of alertness today. I felt kind of fuzzy this morning.
What does that mean, fuzzy?
Well, I had a little trouble concentrating. I at first couldn't track down my car keys, and then I couldn't remember the name of the receptionist in the ER who's been there for months.
Well, I don't know if this is any consolation to you or not, but you're not alone, kiddo. I have to admit I feel pretty distracted myself. I mean, what this trial with Jessica and Barbara leaving town, I don't know.
Yeah, she leaves town, and nobody, including Hal, knows where she went.
And she'd been so good about checking in with Will every day. I mean, wouldn't you think she at least would have told him she's going to be gone?
I don't understand it.
I keep hoping and praying she's going to turn into the person we all know and love, but I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe she's gone so far over a line that she's never going to be the same again.
We should go.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's strange.
What?
I don't have my wallet.
You probably put it in a different pocket.
No, I've checked.
Well, in that case, it's probably in the front hall, back at the house, on that little table.
Where my car keys were. Now, wouldn't you think I would have noticed my wallet when I went back for my car keys?
Well, not to worry, my darling. Luckily for you, I am gainfully employed. It's on me. Last of the big-time spenders.
You really like my designs?
I love them. I love them. Now you can finally relax and make some inroads into Emma's apple brown Betty. Get these over to Rosanna.
Oh, no, you don't. Not on your life. This is my triumph, Craig, and it starts with me getting to watch Rosanna look at what I've come up with.
Just a few hours ago, you were worried Rosanna wouldn't take them just because they were yours.
Well, yeah, I had a moment of insecurity, but now that I've seen your reaction, I don't think even Rosanna can pass up these designs.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about the baby. If Rosanna slams the door in your face and you have one of your tantrums, what happens? Believe me, it's better for me to be the delivery boy.
If Rosanna slams the door in my face, I will leave without having a tantrum, and then you can play whatever you want to play. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to freshen up for my meeting.
It would be redundant. Oh, Barbara. What a surprise. I do believe Carly has improved your little concept.
Another favor. Would you please put a rush on Hannah's lap?
No problem. How's your patient? He's conscious, but still showing signs of a concussion. I want to keep him overnight for observation.
All right, I'll tell admissions.
John,
Yes, I know. As soon as possible in the lab work, and a counselor as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Detective Hughes? Do I have to stay?
Listen,
I can't stand this. Please, I just want to go home and take a shower.
could you just give us a few more minutes, please? I mean, the counselor's going to be here any minute.
I don't think I can wait. I don't want to do this.
Look, I understand. Believe me, I do. When something so ugly like this happens, you just want to set it out of your mind. But I also know that you don't want this guy doing something like this to somebody else, do you? That's why we need all the evidence we can get.
No one will believe me. Everyone will say I was asking for it.
All right, I'm going to make this as quick as possible, really. And I am not going to leave you until you're released. I'll be with you every minute, okay? Okay.
Is anybody out there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Brett, I want to keep you overnight for observation. Dr. Dixon's going to set up a room. Okay?
Thanks, Dr. Harris.
I can't.
Is that her making all that noise? I'm the one that got hit in the head with the lamp.
You know the woman out there?
Yeah, we went on a date. Took her out for drinks, then we went back to her place. You know, one thing leads to another. We have a good time. Next thing I know, she starts going wacko on me. She whacks me in the head with the lamp. She starts screaming rape. I'm like, I don't believe this.
And why don't you believe it?
Because I was there, Doc. I know what happened. She started it. She wanted it.
Please tell the courtroom exactly what happened the night in question.
I had gone out for the evening. When I got back...
Miss Griffin?
When I got back, Marshall was there. He was upset because of his daughter, Zara. Her remains were being shipped here to Oakdale for burial.
And did you discuss this with him?
Well, there wasn't much anyone could say, so he went to his room, and eventually I went to mine.
Miss Griffin, have you ever taken a class in self-defense?
No.
Please tell the courtroom how you came to be on the sofa that night.
I couldn't sleep, so I went downstairs for a cup of tea and to read a magazine. I guess I dozed off.
And when you woke up?
Marshall was there. He was on top of me, kissing me, telling me he wanted me.
And did you try to fight him off?
my hands gripped over my head. I couldn't move them. I couldn't move anything.
So you were pinned down by a man who stands over 6 feet tall, weighs what, 220 pounds? What did you do? Did you scream?
He was kissing me, covering my mouth. I just couldn't believe what was happening.
Did you do anything to let him know that sex was non-consensual?
I said no.
Louder, Miss Griffin.
I said no.
And did Mr. Travers listen? Did he stop kissing you? Did he release your hands? Did he get his body off of yours?
He wouldn't stop. He just... like I didn't matter worth a damn, like I was nothing. I said no, and he kept going.
I am so proud of you. You were so brave in there.
Jess, you were terrific.
Thanks, Kim.
Miss Griffin.
No interviews, not now.
Jessica, you did very well on the stand.
Thanks, Evelyn, but I'm certainly not looking forward to Newman's cross-examination.
Everybody's here for you, Mom, okay?
Not everybody.
So are you accusing that woman who was out there, who's clearly in a state of shock, of lying?
She was into it. I didn't ask to come up. She invited me.
She invited you to force sex on her?
I told you. She started it. She wanted me to kiss her.
Did she ever indicate to you that she wanted you to stop?
Well, you know how women are. You get to that point of no return time, and they think it's cute to say no. They don't mean it. And believe me, neither did she.
And you know this because what?
Because, man, it's all part of the game.
Mr. Travers, how did it go in there for you?
Well, Miss Griffin gave a very poignant performance. But my attorney, Mr. Newman, is looking forward to separating fact from fiction.
Do you even know her name? That woman out there, that woman who was out there crying?
Hannah.
Hannah. Hannah's a beautiful name, man. I bet her parents loved her. And they had great dreams for her. They never imagined that she'd meet a scumbag like you.
Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. She was a total tease.
Oh, that's right. I forgot saying no is part of the game, isn't it? Well, she's not saying no anymore, Brad. She's saying rape.
Oh, rape, hell. She wanted me, and now she feels guilty. That's all this is.
No, that's not all this is. I saw her eyes. There was fear and confusion there, and you put it there.
She should be scared. She assaulted me with a lamp. She's lucky.
You are not
help me!
You lying piece of filth!
Ben!
No, listen, we're just playing a game, right? It's not so fun when you're the one saying no. Say no, Brad. Come on.
Rose, I know you don't like my mother, but could you at least pretend like you care about what might have happened to her? For me?
If I thought your mom was in real danger, I'd be out looking for her myself. My instincts tell me that she's...
Your instincts? What about mine? I got red flags flying up all over the place. Does that not mean anything?
Don't you think your mom would do something like this for attention? She's done some pretty crazy things in the past, you know. I don't know that.
Yes, she has, but when she did those things, she was a different person. And I'm not trying to make excuses for her, but she was suffering from post-traumatic stress. She has done a lot of healing since then.
You know what? I don't want to argue with you.
Okay, why would she leave? Why would she leave? She was so excited about those designs. I haven't seen her like that in years.
Did you actually see those designs?
I don't think she lied. And I don't think she ducked out of that meeting with Rosanna, but I do think she is in some kind of trouble.
Well, if she is, maybe she'll learn something.
You know, I'm going to try and forget you just said that.
I don't want to fight, please. This is... We're supposed to be celebrating here.
All right,
Come on.
Congratulations on getting a contractor.
Barbara Ryan. Oh. hate her. We got problems. What they had to do with Barbara? I got it up on my own. Paul's very disappointed with my attitude about her disappearance.
Yeah, that it's assuming if she stays disappeared for much longer. There was a poker in the cabin. Okay, she's been chopping away at the doggy door. I tried to get the poker away from her. She took my watch.
She took your watch?
Yes.
That's evidence. Now she's gonna know you're involved.
No, I'm kidding, Rose. And it gets worse. The only thing standing between us and a total disaster? Henry Coleman.
I'm gonna get out of here. And when I do, I'm gonna find out whose wrist you call home.
Well, I wouldn't want my prodigy taking the bus to Fairwinds.
Gratitude looks good on you. You ought to wear it more often.
I'm not usually grateful to other people. But with these, you should have a motorcade.
Well, as much as I would like to roar over Trozanas with sirens blaring and flags waving, this, I think, I will do all on my own.
But the Carlo without the Monty?
If you waltz me over there, I plunk down my designs in front of Rosanna, she will have kittens, saber-toothed ones that scratch.
Well, I guess we wouldn't want her to think I'd been coaxing you.
More like standing over me with a whip, but go on.
Not that I have anything to feel guilty about.
Never.
But because I am sensitive.
Like a rare orchid.
To her feelings?
Always.
Call me?
Of course, as soon as I'm out of her sight.
You two are having a good time? Mind letting me in on what's so funny?
All right. In that next cubicle, she invited you into her home. She trusted you, and you raped her. I will not calm down now. He's sitting there, and he's telling me that the woman he raped, she's the one he's guilty.
Listen, your job is to fix his head, and my job is to put it behind bars, okay?
Where is she?
She's in with the rape counselor.
Hannah, Jessica, she's still at the courthouse?
Yes, I guess yes.
I gotta go be with her.
Jessica, are you going to be able to handle what's coming?
Oh, yeah, I just needed a few minutes to myself.
Oh, you can have all the minutes you need, Jessica. I can get a continuance. And maybe it'll give Ben some time
No, Evelyn, no, thank you. That's okay.
Court is back in session.
Thank you. Jessica, I'll see you inside.
Okay.
Okay?
Mom, come on. Let's go.
I took some notes. I want you to follow this line of questioning. But be brief, non-combative.
Playing softball can be risky, Marshal.
I'm sure we can win this your way, but I need to win this my way.
This town adores Miss Griffin. They hate you. I need to go after her.
Newman, I know this woman. And I'm paying you, right?
Yeah, all right. You're the boss.
Well, trust me, this will work.
If you're right.
I usually am.
All right, so Barbara's jimmying her way out of the cabin. She's got your watch as evidence. Now Paul thinks that letter from Milan might be a fake. That's great. Anything else wrong with this cockamamie plan?
Hell.
What about him?
He has Craig pegged as the person behind Barbara's disappearance. Why did we ever agree to help that man?
Whoa, whoa. It was this week, Kimosabe. Me, I was dead set against it.
Excuse me, you were not. Okay, well, maybe you were at the very beginning, but you changed your mind very quick.
We'll figure out who to blame later on. Right now, we need reinforcements.
Who are you calling?
Suspect numero uno. It's time for him to put his red cape on and save the day.
I can't believe I really did it, Jack. But these are some of the best designs I've ever created. Look, Look at them. I'm about to bring them over to Rosanna's right now.
That's nice, Carly. You gotta be feeling pretty good about yourself, Montgomery.
Yeah?
Barbara left just in time to take the pressure off Carly. Isn't that a coincidence?
No, that's a win-win, Jack.
I had a breakthrough, Jack. As soon as I heard that Barbara was gone, I could sketch. I couldn't stop sketching.
Barbara is gone, but not to Milan, like the letter says. But you already knew about that, right?
Oh, no, I'm good, Jack, but I ain't psychic. Yeah.
Emily and I are in the Lakeview Lounge. You better get over here now.
I'm in the middle of something.
You're gonna be in the middle of a jail cell if you don't burn rubber and get here right now.
Great. I'll be right there. Carly, something just came up. I'll drop you over at Fair Winds.
Yeah. A lot of things are gonna come up now that Barbara's out of the way, right, Craig?
You bet, Jack. What's your point?
I want you to meet me at the station in an hour.
Carly?
I'll get over to Rosanna's on my own.
And Montgomery.
Hey!
Don't keep me waiting.
Hey. Is something wrong?
You can design a pair of socks because of the pressure Barbara was putting on you, then suddenly she leaves, and you can't put the pencil down. Yeah, something's wrong.
You think that I made Barbara disappear?
Paul's already so mad at me. If he finds out what I did, I don't know what's gonna happen.
At least Paul isn't licensed to carry a gun. Hell, on the other hand...
Hey, listen.
Ladies?
Barbara's ready to escape. She's been trying to get out.
You already know
Slow
about the
down.
watch, okay? You said you were going to take care of it, so
One
why
at
haven't
a
you taken care of it?
Paul knows that letter was
How
a fake
suspects
from
you,
Milan.
Craig? He
Quiet.
suspects you.
Now, have you been in touch with Henry?
Yes, he's at the cabin, trying to keep Barbara pinned in.
Was your watch engraved?
What? No. No, it was just some knockoff, you know, something I just
Why
picked
do you
up
care
last
about
minute.
her watch? Paul knows that his mother didn't leave the country. How are you going to cure that, Einstein?
Rosie, it's all relativity. Carly's already finished. Paul's too late. Carly's designs are out of this world, and she's taking them to Rosanna as we speak.
So then by the time Barbara gets out...
Carly saved her job, and so it doesn't matter what Barbara says. Who's going to believe her?
That's good, yes.
All right.
Where are you going?
So we're in the home stretch. Don't lose it now. What?
Where are you going?
Cops want to question me about missing Barbara.
Oh. That's okay. It's good. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think the worst is over.
Yeah, the worst is over if Barbara stays locked up just a little while longer.
In the meantime, our fate is left in Henry Coleman's hands. I need a drink.
You better make it too.
For the 10th time, Carly, no, I'm not accusing you of hijacking Barbara, but somebody did. And Craig, he's got his fingerprints all over this.
I know that it seems very suspicious. But I asked him straight out, and he said no, that he was not involved in any way.
This is Craig we're talking about here. He lies as a matter of policy.
Why couldn't he be telling the truth this time, Jack? Why is it impossible that Barbara would take off on her
Why
own?
would Barbara abandon her one big shot at a comeback?
Because she chickened out. You need a really brilliant line for a comeback, Jack. And I bet that Barbara couldn't design one decent design. That's why she kept trying to intimidate me, because she couldn't come up with anything better than birdcage liner. It's clear to me now.
Great. I can't convince you of anything but Craig. I mean, tells you the moon's made of gouda. You're sending the astronauts boxes of crackers. I wish I had his gift. I really do.
This isn't about Craig.
It's always about Craig.
Maybe I believe him because he returns the favor. How many times have you questioned me like I'm some kind of suspect?
I haven't questioned you once.
Count.
I'm watching out for you, Carly. You believe in shortcuts, honey. I don't.
What do you believe in? Because it sure ain't me. All I want is for you to look at my designs and tell me how good you think they are, because for some reason your opinion matters more to me than anybody else's, and all you did was glance
That's
at
because
them.
I was busy trying to save you from being charged as an accessory after the fact.
You haven't listened to a word I've said.
Craig is mixed up in this, Carly. I don't want it blowing up in your face.
Well, if it does, I won't come running to you, G-Man.
Miss Griffin, would you please tell the court your address?
65 Central Avenue.
Does anyone else share your residence with you?
Primarily my daughter, Bonnie McKechnie.
She moved out recently, didn't she?
Yes.
Because she objected to the fact that you invited my client to move in.
I was representing Mr. Travers at the time, and he was released into my custody.
Would you please ask the witness to restrict her answers to yes or no?
Miss Griffin should be quite aware how to answer. Are you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Travers was living with you on the night in question?
Yes.
And you testified that earlier that night you'd gone out with colleagues from work, perhaps?
No, I was at a party.
Benjamin Harris was there as well?
Yes.
And you and Dr. Harris have been seeing each other for some time, isn't that correct?
Your Honor, Miss Griffin's personal life is not on trial here.
If the prosecution will allow me one more question, I think relevance will be apparent.
Answer the question, Miss Griffin.
Yes, Dr. Harris and I have been seeing each other for a while.
So, at the end of the evening, you sent the good doctor home, isn't that correct?
Out of respect for your client's emotional state, as I testified earlier, he was upset because of his deceased daughter.
Well, thank you for caring about my client's feelings, Miss Griffin. So, later that evening, when my client initiated lovemaking...
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Travers is not on trial for lovemaking, and I object to Mr. Newman's characterization of it as such.
Sustained.
Would you tell us again, Miss Griffin, how you resisted his advances?
I've already answered that question.
Yes, but as you surely are aware, my client thought you wanted the same thing he did that night.
I said no. Isn't that enough?
Not when resistance is a part of an old familiar pattern. He initiates sex, you resist it first.
But I had never said no before, not like this.
Objection.
Overruled.
Gotcha. So you've resisted making love to Mr. Travers before. In fact, it's all part of your ritual, isn't it?
Objection.
Overruled.
I am not trying to distress you here, Miss Griffin. I'm just trying to clarify some things. You and Mr. Travers had an established sexual relationship that included resistance during foreplay. Isn't that correct?
I must object, Your Honor. Miss Griffin does not have to defend past liaisons with Marshal Travers or anybody else.
Overruled. Answer the question, please.
Yes, I had resisted before, but this time was different. This time, he raped me.
Miss Griffin, how was he to distinguish between this time and all the other times?
Because I said no.
Yes. We've established that. No further questions.
Does the prosecution wish to redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Miss Griffin, you may step down.
Beautiful work. Just following your lead.
And here comes the cavalry. Just a little too late.
Jesse.
Now, you think Henry's going to be able to keep Babs locked up?
He better. Or you're going to have mother-in-law problems like never seen before in the history of the world.
You think someday it would just be like all this never happened? Barbara invites us over for nice dinners. Easter, there's Barbara carving the ham.
Glaring at you over the pineapple rings is more like it. My advice, Rose, don't let her cut the ham, okay? In fact, don't let her go near a butter knife. I wouldn't trust her with a butter knife.
She is the kind of babe you hide the cutlery with, you know?
And the minute you become Mrs. Paul Ryan, you're stuck with her forever.
You too. She's your husband's ex-wife.
Oh, she is. You know what? We ought to be thanking Barbara.
For what?
Listen, if she hadn't shipped us off to that spa, we might never have gotten to be friends, me and you.
That's true. To Babs.
To Babs. Here's to Under Eye.
Yeah.
Whoever said women were the weaker sex?
Here, eat this for your strength. You're gonna need it.
Is Rosanna here?
Miss Cabot is home, but she's resting.
Well, tell her sister's here, okay? No, go on, go. She'll get up for me, I promise.
1 minute, please.
Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself. Hey, Rosanna! You get your bony butt down here. I just saved your company.
Donut Jack?
Barbara Ryan's missing. And nobody will benefit like you will.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't be surprised if the mayor declares a holiday.
I think you stashed her somewhere, Craig, and when I find out where, I'm gonna bring you down, and you better hope that Carly doesn't go down with you, because that makes it personal.
Ah, there you go. Think it again, Jack. Can you prove it? Didn't think so.
Okay.
Jess.
You didn't have to come.
Yeah, I did. Took me a little while to figure that out, but, are you all right?
No. I needed you here, Ben. After my initial testimony, everyone was out here supporting me. Everyone except the man I love. Where were you?
I was at the hospital. I'm sorry I missed your testimony.
Bonnie held out her hand for me, but it was your hand that I needed to hold. When I was on the stand and I would look out for encouragement, I would see it in her eyes, but it was your eyes that I needed to see.
I made a mistake. I should have been here.
Yeah, but you couldn't do it, could you? Because this whole thing has just been one big, distasteful embarrassment for you.
What? How can you say that, Jess?
You got here and it was over.
I couldn't stand to see you get hurt again.
Come on, Ben, let's be honest. You stayed away. You didn't stay away from me. You stayed away for you. And it's a little too late.